How much of this is usable?
Not much.
Worst
Outtakes.
ever.
All right.
Who's bringing us back? You, right?
Yeah, I'll do it. So that was Idiot. Wait.
Nope.
This is all getting cut. This is too much from the beginning.
This is just to make us
We
laugh.
gotta trick everybody.
This whole podcast is just to make us laugh. That's what it is.
We have to trick everybody into listening with some real conversation before we get too.
Remember before we started recording, we were like, this is going to be a real straightforward one. There's not much to say.
Yeah, and you know what actually was most offensive to me personally, as somebody who doesn't really know Irish politics at all.
Bring it on.
With the IRA joke is when Mo came out and explained. He goes,
Yeah.
the pros, the
prots and the cats.
Oh, the prots and the cats don't get along, and it's just like, yeah, thanks, Mo.
Yeah, that
like
was dumb.
It was like they were trying to explain maybe the religious
Like,
aspect.
in case you don't understand what's happening in Ireland.
They were trying to make it like dumbed down, so to speak, by having Mo say it as the. I don't know. It was just really stupid, and it's like, why is it Mo? And
Yeah, it was a little bit like, we're trying to teach you like something of world history, world events, while we're like making jokes about it. And I feel like an older episode of The Simpsons would have just not done that and just left it as is.
Yeah,
because there's so many things in old episodes of The Simpsons that I didn't understand at the time, and like The Simpsons taught me a thing. I can't think of any of them off the top of my head. All I think is Pablo Neruda, who I really only know from
it taught
The
me
Simpsons.
that you always have to double bolt your stages. And,
Well, especially the bandstand.
it's just Mo. I don't know. It just seemed really.
It was way out of place. It was out of
Pedantic,
character for
yeah.
Mo. It was like talking down to the audience. a
So
little bit.
if
Didn't love it.
So if anything, that was the most offensive joke, the most offensive part of the scene where Bart and an IRA terrorist talk about how he wishes he could blow up a bus full of innocent people.
Yeah, well, there's also that part where Mo was like, "Yeah, rape that leprechaun," and I was just like, "Mo, my goodness, what has happened to your character, sir?"
He just wants everybody to rape everything.
Yeah.
It's Mo.
He's true to character. Well, it's rather alarming, isn't it? To see someone with your name. That's not an Australian accent. I don't know what that was.
He might not even be Australian. I don't know.
That was Daphne from Frasier.
He said,
Dr. Crane, what's going on in here? No, I don't know what that was. God, sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone.
This episode is a mess. This is bad. This is, I think, the worst one yet.
I'm having fun.
It's like, but I'm going to do a little podcast plugging here.
Oh.
I've been listening a lot lately to Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
Yes.
Huge fan. I'm just gobbling it up. It's like a multi-part 12-hour podcast on World War One that I was just wrapped up. And 12 hours of a guy just talking about World War One. And he doesn't do any voices. He doesn't do any dialects.
He doesn't do like the different nationalities, like, oh, hello, we are the Germans.
He doesn't.
We are here to help you in World War One, but watch out because World War Two will be very different.
Well, the Germans were the bad guys in World War One too.
I don't know my history. I should listen to this podcast. I sound like Janos from Ghostbusters 2.
I'm from the Upper West Side.
Why am I dripping with goo?
No, so I've been listening to this podcast, and I'm listening to a really good one now about Genghis Khan, and he talks about how Genghis Khan may have killed 20 to 50 million people, but a lot of historians say, but at least he united Asia, he united the tribes of the steppes. So you
take the good and the bad.
And he says that basically that's because we're just so far off from the deaths that we don't really care anymore. Whereas he argues that in a few hundred, maybe 1,000 years, people will argue that the Third Reich may have had advantages, but you can't really it had long-term effects that may have been good.
Right.
But you can't say that because the deaths and the destruction
We're
is
still so close to
personally, it. Yeah. So I'm wondering if rather than a distance of time, it's kind of just a distance of distance where, like an IRA joke to us as Americans who don't really know anything because we don't watch the news, we're watching Kimmy Schmidt. But
Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, Kimmy Schmidt. So it's just not offensive to us. So that's my long story long.
So what I got out of that is you think the Third Reich did good good things.
Did not say that. I did not say that. Dan Carlin did not say that.
Okay.
He, yeah.
No one is saying that. I'm being facetious. You're going to cut this anyway because you edit the show. So if I'm like, Jack sucks, that's probably going to get cut. Maybe one of the writers is friends with Eddie Grant, and he was like, I need money here from Electric Avenue. I don't know what I'm doing. I cut all this. Guys, if you need to order a plate glass window,
do it on Amazon.
Through
WePodcast.com.
You can click any of those banners. It doesn't matter. There's one that's like for Prime. You can just click that one and then search.
If you have the browser I do, for whatever reason, it still says 12 Days of Christmas.
No, it should say 12 days of like. Wait, I was gonna say Valentine's, but we're well past that.
I think
12 days of St. Patrick's.
I think if I look at it on Firefox, it still has a Christmas banner.
All right, I'll look into that.
It's not you. It's Firefox. I'm sure.
It's probably me.
The one other thing I like that. I mean, I also liked the action movie cliches where Flanders, they're like Flanders is like, I'm going to turn in my badge if I had a badge. I liked all that. The following the tropes.
And Mark Forster gets another line there.
Yeah, exactly. Not Mark Forster.
Robert Forster. Who's Mark Forster? He directed Green Lantern.
And no, he directed.
Didn't he direct Green Lantern?
No, Martin Campbell directed.
Mark Forster directed what?
Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace.
And the guy who directed Green Lantern directed Casino Royale and GoldenEye.
That's why I got them mixed up.
Really weird connection there.
That's how my brain works.
Anyway, actually, the Robert Forster line, or the Mark Forster line, he also did Finding Neverland, which is not at all anything like Green Lantern. But
it wasn't? I thought it was all about how J.M. Barrie found a ring from Abin Sur and began protecting Space Sector 2814.
By the way, what do you think of Chris Pine as Green Lantern?
I actually thought that was a great idea. If that comes to be, I could see it.
Being dark and serious, though, for DC. I'm very curious to see how.
I don't know how they're going to do Green Lantern in like a dark, serious tone that they've set with Man of Steel, because Green Lantern is an inherently ridiculous character. I like Green Lantern, but
I love Green Lantern.
It's a magic space cop ring man.
I get that there was like
parkour
the
was
parkour references, like the District, what were you saying, District
B13, yeah, the French movie.
The Casino Royale
for sure.
So, directed by Martin Campbell.
That's right, Mark Forster, yep.
So, Quantum of Solace, by the way, underrated Bond movie.
I've actually never seen Quantum of Solace. Underrated. I went from Casino Royale right to Skyfall.
You didn't miss much, but it's an underrated movie. And this is we talked about this last week. We talked about it in a deleted scene from The Man Who Came to Be Dinner. But it's really frustrating when they change the name of a very well-known property for no reason, because it's not a copyright issue. You're allowed to parody you're allowed to say the name.
Yeah.
And he could.
We said that last week even.
Yeah, we said that. That's what I said.
No, you said The Man Who Came to Be Dinner.
And I said we talked about last week.
Oh, I missed. All right. I don't listen when you talk. I'm Jake. This is how I talk. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Season 7, when Marge becomes a cop.
Yeah. Season 6, my friend.
Oh, is it season 6?
Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck. And I even thought about it, too.
The Springfield Connection.
So, Marvin? The one with the one arm.
Marvin?
The one arm.
Oh, Herman.
Jesus Christ.
Marvin.
I gotta cut all that.
You need more Popeyes. You hear that popping too?
Yeah, I can't tell if it's the headphones.
I don't know if it's
I can't tell if it's the headphones or the mic.
Let's get Joe Pesci in here to fix it.
Super.
Yeah, I'm the super. It was a movie I was in.
Anyway, all right. So, you know what? Talking about the plastic bags. So,
yeah,
Homer and Flanders have their falling out when they capture Fat Tony on the subway. Homer puts a bag over him and chokes him, and Flanders is like, I'm sick of you putting bags on everybody, and you're just too rough and all this stuff, and they have the falling out. What's weird is, though, that it's not, I mean, they hint that they got sick of each other. I could see that.
It's very rushed.
But I'm assuming Homer's been doing that the entire time they've been bounty hunters, because they never made it seem like he just suddenly did it again.
Was that what it was? It was the bag thing that Homer.
Well, it wasn't just the bag.
Like?
It was in general that Homer was.
Oh, it was his recklessness because he drives the car onto the subway
he's
train.
He's reckless and he breaks the law.
Right,
so, but it was implied that Flanders so he was shocked at it. But you would think that Homer was doing it the entire time, like that entire Electric Avenue montage.
Yep.
They were capturing.
He was being reckless. ridiculous. Yeah, he's being Homer.
I would assume Flanders would have gotten used to it. I guess I could buy that. Maybe it just got to a point where he's like, that's enough.
Yeah, I could buy it. I mean, that was better than bringing Flanders in, which I thought was really rushed. Like, all of a sudden he's just there, and Homer's like, we should become bail bondsmen or bounty hunters or whatever, and Flanders is just like, yep.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm nitpicking.
All right, we'll cut all that then.
Will we? I don't know if we actually have enough sustainable conversation to... We might have to leave that in.
Maybe we should bring back more of our characters from earlier this episode.
No, we don't.
Sinead O'Doubtfire? I believe she's here somewhere. I've been waiting for the bus with these other fine gentlemen.
Where's that bus?
Well, this bus never comes.
I need to get out of here. I'll pay for the Uber. Just get out of here.
All right, we'll get an Uber. John Travolta. Where'd you come from? I love Bay Ridge because of the movie I did, Saturday Night Fever. No one knows what I'm talking about.
No.
We Studios is in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. All right.
And so is Saturday Night Fever.
Got all of that. So next week, God in heaven, let's get out of this episode.
It's so late, I just want to go to bed.
Oh, if I see the Hulk at a St. Patrick's Day parade, he is going down.
That is an abomination.
I see what you did there.
See, I know a little comics.
I see where you Wendigo with that.
I don't know that one.
The Wendigo is a villain in the Marvel Comics universe.
I'm sorry. I tried to step up and failed miserably.
You are the maestro. I have Hulk humor.
I don't know Maestro either.
The Maestro was in an alternate future. The Maestro was the Hulk. But
I did know that. I actually wrote an article about that. Yeah. I wrote it. I actually wrote it.
Still whispering.
I wrote an article about that because about how they should do different ways they could do Hulk sequels because I'm one of the few defenders of Ang Lee's Hulk and I any chance I get as a freelance writer I try to plug how much I love that movie.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that one. It's been a while since I've seen it.
It's a good movie.
But this whole
underrated.
This whole Hulk tangent has been very absorbing, man.
I get that one.
Hell yeah.
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte. Sort of. I never called him that, but whatever. I have run out of Hulk villains.
But for whatever reason, just the fact that this joke wasn't mean-spirited, it just sold it.
Totally.
It was one of the better moments of the show for sure.
Yeah, and we should put that clip in right here.
I'm probably not going to put it in. I'm probably going to end the episode with it.
All right, fair enough. I should have done that. So they're on a stake.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Worst episode ever.